Gentlemen, thank you. We had a readiness subcommittee hearing with the vice chiefs just about an hour ago, so I'm going to repeat some of the questions, but I'm going to follow up on Senator King's question. Mr. Secretary and Admiral, I asked the Vice CNO in the hearing we just had. So assume you have a magic wand, right? Meaning you can get done whatever you think you can get done. The knuckleheads in Congress aren't in the way. The President of the United States, who, my view, keeps putting forward budgets that don't reflect at all the sense of urgency and national security challenges, those aren't limits. If you guys, in terms of our shipbuilding, we didn't talk about amphibs, 32% of the amphib fleet is ready. 32%. Holy cow. Like, Marine Corps can't deploy. The Boxer, you know, the big deck amphib that was supposed to go out with one of the Mews just turned around because it screw doesn't work. I mean, it's a disaster. I think the Navy is in a shipbuilding crisis. And I think the leadership, from the Secretary on down, is responsible. Secretary of the Navy often says, oh, those big, you know, defense contractors, they're plussing up their stock. I saw that was one of his quotes. He gets us his climate action plan 18 months ago. There's no statutory requirement, by the way, for the Secretary of the Navy to give us a climate action plan. But his shipbuilding plan is in disarray. Disaster. So back to my question. Magic wand, no budget constraints. To Senator King's question, I think, I just met with a bunch of Republican senators on the Armed Services Committee this morning. We are ready. You want more shipyards? You want private shipyards? You want public shipyards? Because this is an existential challenge to the United States. Why? Because the Chinese are cranking out 10 to 12 high-end Navy ships a year. That's the challenge. So for the two of you, what would be the top three things? Magic wand, anything you want. We will give you, and I actually think we're close enough, all of us, to do that. What do you need? We're America. We can build ships faster than the goddamn Chinese Communist Party. But right now, we're not, and they're eating our lunch. And if we go to war with them in the Taiwan Strait, it could be really ugly. What do you need, Mr. Secretary, Admiral? What the hell do you need?
So I probably am not well advised to take you up on your offer.
Why not?
I would have to tell you.
Aren't you in charge of this?
The biggest thing that we could use, honestly, is more capacity for repair and construction.
Okay, so what does that mean? Do you need another shipyard? Public, private?
Honestly, we could use more shipyards.
Okay.
That would be an amazing place to end up. But China has been investing for 30 years on their ship construction activities. And they are captured, I think, half of the commercial shipbuilding market right now. That means that we, as America, would need to value commercial shipbuilding as highly as they have in order to beat them at that game.
Well, your testimony is a little depressing. We can beat China at the game, right? Look at our history. We can do these things. We're America. We need leadership. We need ideas. Admiral, what's your idea? Magic wand.
Sir, I agree with Secretary Gurdon that the additional capacity, if you look at our shipbuilding plan this year to achieve our 381 ships per our requirement from the BIFSAR, it relies on our current industry to achieving the capacity and delivering our ships on time and on budget, along with resources to sustain that large of a fleet. And the number one item would be capacity, whether that is through outsourcing, through another yard.
Can you guys just dig into the concept of capacity a little bit more? Like, dive deeper on that. What do you mean by that? And what can we provide you?
The Maritime Statescraft Initiative that Secretary of the Navy started talking about and has been working across other departments is a good place to start the conversation. And one of the things that we stepped away from in the 70s and 80s was valuing a commercial shipbuilding industry. So that's a policy thing that together, Navy and Congress and Department of Transportation, my personal opinion is we need to go back and revisit valuing building commercial ships as a part of what makes America strong.
Well, look, I'm going to wrap up here, Mr. Chairman, but whatever you guys think, give us your big ideas, maybe for the record, go back, noodle on this a little bit. This is your job. This is your opportunity. The history of our country is very promising in this regard. My team and I were looking at 1937 to December 6, 1941. A lot of people think we started building ships after Pearl Harbor, which we did. We actually almost tripled the size of the U.S. Navy before Pearl Harbor. So we can do this. It was Congress and it was the Navy. And so we can do this. We just need help and direction, but I think you have a bipartisan motivation, given the threat, to get on it. We just need big ideas, bold ideas, and I certainly am one who would vote for them.